Hotep, and greetings of peace and love, everyone. I'm Djehuty Ma'at-ra, and I'm here on behalf of thehealthstore.com. And in this video, people, I want to talk to you about the use of mental science for purposes of healing. That's right, use of the mind for purposes of healing. I answer a lot of inquiries on a daily basis, and I'm finding that with the majority of people, they are coming to the natural healing side with the same mentality they were programmed with on the Western medicine or allopathic side. It's problematic, but of course, every problem offers opportunity. There are a lot of people who inquire of natural products that I make and have made, and they inquire with thehealthstore.com as if the natural products, the herbal formulations, are the cure or is the cure to their pathology or degenerative disease or condition. You see, they're bringing over the same mentality from the Western medical world over into the world of naturopathy. Because see, they're still looking for a magic pill, or in the case of herbs, a magic capsule. They're looking for a magical gemstone elixir. They're looking for a magical tea bag. They're still looking for something outside of self to solve the problem. I mean, for every problem, people are asking the question, hey man, what can I take for this problem? As if the problem or the root of the problem is not emotional or psychological or spiritual or perhaps even karmic. Never ever going there and entertaining those notions, those possibilities. As if everything can be taken care of with a plant, a herb. No, man. No. I mean, man, and it's like, it's almost like it's 90% of the people, the majority of people. I mean, just the mind job that the world has done on people is mind-boggling to a cat like myself, you know? I mean, I understand, I'm just so far removed. You got to internalize your new knowledge and information. It may be radical, black, sheepish, what have you, but you got to internalize it, man, so you can become strong. I mean, you know, I'm there, man, at that store, and I'm hearing these phone calls. And half of the time of the phone calls at D Health Store is those reps pumping people up because of the fear that people have, man. And I ain't talking just females, but even males. I've been on the phone with males. And they said, Brother Djehuty, I understand everything you saying. But the fear, brother, the fear. And you want to be mindful of people, you know. And it's just very challenging for a person like myself because I've become so bold over the years. The more I know and the more I apply and get results, the bolder I become. So it's a little challenging to relate, you know, because for a cat like me, it's like, stop being a punk ass, stop being a bitch, and start doing what the hell you know is right. Stop being a punk, man. Man, the fear. Man, let me watch my language here, man, because I'll be ready to F fear, man. F fear. Screw fear, man. I mean, damn. You know the truth, but you're going to turn and focus on fear, which paralyzes. But yet and still, you're talking about how you want to get healed. In order to be healed, you got to look in this direction. You got to see solution, man. You got to be solution oriented. You have to be motivated, man, inspired. You have to be positive, a PMA, positive mental attitude, man. All right, I know what I need to do. I can take this, I can do that, meditate, deep breathing, this and that. I got all that. But the fear what the doctors told me. You need to check your mentality. Because these same individuals will tell you, oh, man, I know these doctors ain't no good, man. These doctors will put fear in you. Then why in the hell do you keep going to them? Why, man? Why? You make this healing work so much more challenging than it needs to be. Because you missing something inside. I mean, you know a thing, and you know it's BS, and you still embrace it. This is no good for me. I'm gonna embrace it. But I want healing. Healing's over here. So you don't embrace this? Like, you know what? No matter what a doctor says, man, I don't care they schooling, what have you. You know what? I'm gonna roll with truth. There's no substance. There's no backup. There's none of that stuff. It's just belief, and I'm gonna roll with it. They don't go there. I mean, people want to be victims, man. I've really come to that conclusion, man. People are comfortable with being a victim because when you do something for so long, you get used to it. You know the routine. And people have been victims for so long, they know the routine of being a damn victim. And while people are investing so much into being a victim, I invest so much in being a victor. So, it's a gap. You way over there in victim consciousness. And then you got other people way over there in victor consciousness. And opposites do attract. So people with a victim consciousness are attracted to people with a victor consciousness. Being bold is a choice. And there's a method to being bold. Don't make no sense, man. If you know the doctor's a butcher, why would you go over there? Man, I went to the doctor, man. They cut me up, man. I got all type of gash marks on my chest, man. They cut my chest open. They cut my neck. Well, I mean, what did you expect, man? You knew the deal. You know what surgery is about. Why'd you go? Especially if you knew. If you knew doctors were no good and that, surgery was going to leave scars. I mean, why'd you do it, man? Why? Just the fear, man. Why you let the fear kick in like that, man? I know fear is a part of life, but it's how you respond to it, man. It's how you respond to anything in life. Because the fear ain't going to go away. We in a society in the world that there are things out there that's going to make us fear. And that's cool. Because again, it's not so much the fear or the thing that makes you fearful or full of fear. It's how you respond to it. It's what you do in response to the fear. You see? It just don't make no sense, man. I mean, if Jeffrey Dahmer or Hannibal Lecter invite you to dinner, right? I mean, who do you think is going to be the dinner on that day? What do you think is going to be dinner on that day? If you go to a dinner date with Jeffrey Dahmer or Hannibal Lecter. I mean, what do you think, man? I mean, if Jeffrey Dahmer called you on the phone like, "Hey, I'm cooking dinner tonight. I'm having, I'm cooking dinner, and we're gonna have a nice dinner. Watch a movie afterwards. What have? I mean, if Jeffrey Dahmer called you and invited you to dinner, would you be surprised to find out that you're the dinner? Just gotta start thinking, man. You gotta learn to be bold, people. My angels told me that I've already helped a lot of people, but now help even more. And that's where this video is coming from, because in order for me to help more people, I just have to tell you certain things. I just have to tell you certain things. if I'm going to help more people. Because there's a lot of time exhausted in talking to people. I mean, it really is. You can answer the question, then one question begets another question, and it's like when is that thing gonna click and you can start getting the answers for yourself? It's like I gotta write an ebook to just process so people can process in a certain way where it starts clicking, and you don't have to always ask somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I could create an elixir, it would be an elixir for people to believe in themselves. I really would. I really would because it's almost, I don't know, it's like this Hollywood type of thing, man, you know. And it's like the answers are really not answers for questions, but answers for attention. And it just keeps going on and on and on because I'm getting attention. Man, F that, screw that. The hell with attention. Solutions. But I really feel a lot of people are afraid of solutions because a lot of people are afraid of personal responsibility. They are. A lot of people are afraid of new things. Well, if I don't complain no more about my diseases, well, what am I going to talk about? I'm used to talking about my arthritis every morning. I'm used to talking about my tendonitis every morning. Well, if I don't have that no more, what am I going to talk about to people? But all the things in the world to be discussed. Beautiful things, positive things, inspiring things, enlightening things. I've been out of school since 1988. Man-made school. But if you could see this place in here, man, it's school every day. You cannot stop studying, man, for nothing. I tell you guys that on the videos, you cannot stop studying, man. I don't want to hear no excuse. I don't want to hear no goddamn excuses from nobody. You can make 30 minutes, man. You can make 30 minutes. So how bad do you want it? But a lot of people want other people to service them, man. That's why society's so messed up. That's why people get taken advantage of by doctors and attorneys and spokespeople, PR people, man. Do it yourself. Get the knowledge, do it yourself. It makes life a lot easier. And you can be your own psychic, your own astrologer or astrologian, your own diviner, your own doctor, your own healer, your own lawyer. I mean, everything you paying somebody else to do, you can learn it yourself. You can learn to do it for yourself. There's no laws against that. Knowledge and knowledge applied is power. I mean, man, there are a lot of people out there. I got this problem, and I'm taking this, and I'm taking that, and you know, I'm doing this and that, and all this stuff here, and I'm just not getting the results. And I tell people, I said, you know what? You the block to your results. I mean, because, man, there's so many people who are so fixated on the disease, the herpes bumps, the boils, you know, the alopecia, the balding, the this, the that. They're just focused on these things. And they don't focus on the solution. And that's why I'm talking to you about mental science, man. It ain't enough to just consume herbaceuticals or herbs, man. It's not enough to just drink vegetable juice or to eat fruit or do raw foods. It's just not enough. You must use the mind, the power of the mind is here. Your problems started here. They started on the intangible realm. And you got to go there for healing. Because true healing is holistic. You got to heal on other levels, not just the physical. But a great block to healing is the focusing in on the things that you do not want. You don't want to I want to be healed. Then focus on the healing, man. Use your mind to think about your healing, to see your healing. See yourself healed. You know, the universe and the subconscious mind does not know the difference between that which is actual And that which is contrived, it doesn't know. It just doesn't know. So if you can use your mind to give your body a physical feeling that will emit an emotion that goes out into the universe, so that the universe will work its magic and send to you the equivalent of the frequency that's being sent out. As a matter of fact, it may start off with the equivalent, but it enhances, it magnifies. So if you send out those thoughts, man, of like, man, I feel good, I'm healing, man, naturally, you know. I mean, I'm going against the world. The doctor said I wouldn't heal, but, you know, this is faith. I don't know why you religious people don't borrow your concept of faith pertaining to healing. You got all the blind faith in the world when it comes to Jesus or Allah or Jehovah or Yahweh. You got all the blind faith in the world, man. But then when it comes to healing, you leave that whole equation of faith out the mix. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. You should be able to apply faith to healing. But most people don't. You know, I can't really be mad at doctors no more because we know what doctors do. I mean, doctors don't lie to us. They do what they've been trained to do, like seals, man. Like animals in a zoo, animals in a circus. They've been trained. So they do what they've been trained to do. They're going to pump fear in you if you go to them. You have cancer. You've been diagnosed with cancer. You have 6 months to 12 months to live. Man, who the hell is that sapsucker to tell you how long you got to live, man? How can you people tolerate this stuff here? I mean, how can you? You're going to let somebody else dictate to you your life. And if you do that, you're a damn slave. And you actually deserve it. You deserve it. You have 6 months to live. Says who, man? Who the hell are you? You ain't my damn guy. How the hell you know how long I'm going to live? And it's not that they are totally without merit. No. Because they know the adverse effect of chemotherapy and radiation. They know based upon the stage of your particular cancer what the chemotherapy and radiation will do as far as breaking down your system, causing you to succumb to chemotherapy and radiation under the guise of succumbing to cancer. They know. They know. They told my father that, man. My father found out that he developed cancer in March of 1994. And I remember them telling my mother, yeah, he's a goner. He has about 6 months to live. It was around that time, between 6 and 7 months. He went and got his chemotherapy, radiation, compacted the problem. It wasn't a cancer, it was a chemotherapy and a radiation. More people have died from chemotherapy and radiation than from cancer. You know, cancer is really not all that horrible as a lot of people make it out to be. I mean, it's really not. It's really not. It's what you do in response to the cancer. So if you do radiation chemotherapy, you're just going to exacerbate your challenge. That's all you're going to do. You're just going to exacerbate it. And many people do it. There's a big thing going on now with Jerry Hicks. How people say he didn't practice what he believed in, you know. Steve Jobs being stricken with cancer and then turning to allopathic medicine. See, the reason why these people go back to it, because see, it's deep in them. It's embedded deep within the psyche. So, man, you got to really, really, really do work, man, to reprogram your psyche, man. See, it's nothing that a doctor can tell me that's going to mess Djehuty Ma'at-ra up. Because they already know me. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to like, screw you, because I have more faith in God. I have more faith in the universe. I have more faith in nature. And it's me and God, me and nature, against the world of doctors. I've already proved those sapsuckers wrong with the bronchial asthma. They said I was going to have it for the rest of my life. Even as a little 12-year-old boy, I just knew that didn't sound right. And could never embrace it, could never accept it. And because of that burning desire to heal myself, I could never accept what doctors told me. And because of that drive, man, the inspiration, that motivation, I was led to my healing, my own so-called cure. I did it because I never gave up. I never bought into what these people were telling me. I never bought into it. And when I discovered the basis, the origin, the etiology of my particular pathology, it was a wrap. I said, if I can do this for the lungs, because I basically just deduced bronchial asthma down to a lung challenge. Because all of the diseases are predicated upon some organ or system or gland in the body. So, I mean, you could call it Legionnaire's disease, pneumonia, bronchitis, asthma. Doesn't matter what you call it. These are still names of conditions pertaining to the lungs. You can call it hepatitis, jaundice, cirrhosis. I don't care what you call it. These are three different names for the same organ, the liver. Cirrhosis affects the liver. Jaundice affects the liver. Hepatitis affects the liver. So it doesn't matter what the name is, the liver is challenged. So you focus on the liver. You don't want to focus on the disease. And see, that's part of the trick, people. They got you fighting. I got jaundice. I want to get rid of my herpes. I want to get rid of diabetes. So they got you focusing in on these trademark terms. And they are trademarked. And they'll never tell you. They're not going to come out and tell you that, yes, we have trademarked these things. They're not going to do it. But if you use common sense and understand that if this government will prosecute you for using certain words, man, penalize you for using certain words, those words have to be protected. They have to be trademarked. And you got to start looking at it like that. Man, Djehuty, that's not true, man. You can't sue these people. There's no trademark. They're not going to outright come out and tell you that. But look at it, man. I mean, if you start using the name of another company, that company going to send you a cease and desist. And if you don't, they drag you behind in the court. If their product is trademarked, if it's a registered trademark, they dragging you behind in the court. They're going to sue you. You're using something that somebody else is claiming as their personal property. So when you start talking about mitigate, palliate, cure, prevent disease, and you get a letter from the government saying that you can't use that language, and if you don't stop using it, we're going to prosecute you. Put it together. I mean, goddamn, people, put it together. I mean, goddamn, you got to spell every goddamn thing out to you. I mean, it's a no goddamn brainer, man. And deep down inside, you know, but nope, I don't want to be bad. I want to stick with over here. They told me this here, and I'm going to stick with the government, and the government knows best, and Big Brother and Daddy, and they know best. The hell they do. Those sapsuckers are dropping like flies from the same diseases as you. Doctors too. Lawyers too. You better learn to be bold, goddammit. Just straight up. You just better learn to be bold. You better get the punk out your goddamn blood. That's what you better do. You better get the punk and the bitch madeness out of your blood. Because these people over here in allopathic medicine, they will kill you, man. They will kill you with your own participation and permission. They will kill you. You better step up your goddamn game and take charge of your goddamn life. And that's real talk. You better do that, man. Your life is your responsibility. Your health is your responsibility. And there are wonderful tools out there. There's sea salt and there are herbs and gemstone elixirs and, I mean, and D Health Store sells all this stuff, man. But they are tools. How many times do I got to say, these things are tools, man. These things are not cure. Even if D Health Store could say they were cures, you see me on video saying they're not cures. Because you don't get cure out of a bottle. And let's just keep it real. Herbs are in a bottle. Okay? The herbs are in a tea bag. The healing don't come out of that. They can only assist. But the healing is in here, man. So people buying up stuff, buying a fortune of products and everything, that's the easy way out. The hard way, the challenging way, which is really the beneficial way because it really does something positive for you, and that's use of the mind. The mind is all powerful. And you got to start seeing in your mind what you desire. So if you are challenged at walking right now in a wheelchair, you got all the time in the world to use your mind. I told you this, the universe and the subconscious mind does not know the difference between that which is actual and that which is contrived. But you want a magical surgical operation to make you walk again. I mean, people even call, man, is there a herb, man, I could take, man, that may help me to walk again? I mean, god damn, man. Are you that goddamn weak? God damn. I mean, you got to look for some outside self, and you got this. I mean, and you wonder why the world the way it is, man. It's just not government. It's people, man. It's goddamn people who will not take goddamn responsibility of their own goddamn life. They won't even take responsibility of their own goddamn minds, man. They won't even take responsibility for their own thought process. You got the freedom to think, and you just gonna give it away because of what the hell you learned in school. As if everything you learned in school was correct. Man, a lie is a goddamn lie, period. Man, they lied to me, man. I paid, but man, shut the hell up. Didn't nobody put no goddamn gun in your head and make you go to college. You went on your goddamn own, based upon your own damn decision. Well, everybody was doing it. That didn't mean you have to do it. If everybody start walking around and talking about eat dead rats, you gonna do that? If everybody start talking about, you know what, it's healthy to just climb up to a 50-story building and jump off. You gonna do it because everybody talking about it or telling you to do it? Common sense, goddammit, common sense. Take charge of your life, man. This mind is powerful. That's the last frontier to be conquered too in the Matrix, is the mind. That's where the game of slavery is played at today, here. It's not physical anymore. It hasn't been in some time. The power of the mind, man. The mind is powerful. I'm living my life today based upon the power of my mind. I don't live under illusions. You got people out there right now under an illusion that certain things are supposed to be perfect. Perfect health, the perfect marriage, the perfect world. Man, the only thing that is perfect is what is inside of self. Perfection is within. And you want it without. From other people. You want other people to do what you think they should be doing. And that's where a lot of your problems come from. Well, I should be more loved. People should treat me better. I should be protected. Says who? Whatever the hell you want, that's your responsibility. I should be loved. People should love me. You got to give people a reason to love your behind. I mean, you just got to really deal with the truth of this matrix here. You got to give people a reason. Things are earned. Things are earned, man. I want respect. People should respect me. You got to earn it. Don't no corporate job just give you money. You earn your pay. If you don't earn your pay, you don't get no pay. Because corporate America is heartless. They'll let you behind go. And when I say heartless, it's not that it's all negative. I mean, some things is just, I'm with it. You can't cut it, bounce. You got to go. Because, you know, certain people know where they're going. They give you a chance to come on board. Because you say, I want to go where you're going. Okay, come on, let me give you a chance. And then you screw up. They got to let you go. Because they know where they're going. You don't know where you're going. You're deluded. Now, your mouth may say, I'm going with you over here, but then your heart and your actions show or say otherwise. I deal with a lot of human beings. My God, my God, my God. And the power that people have given away to others, institutions, other people, it is staggering. It is mind-boggling. I mean, sometimes, I am thrown into a state of utter discombobulation. Really, sometimes. Because I sit and I assess, I analyze, and it is like, wow. You don't have any control over your own mind, your own thoughts and beliefs. You're entertaining the thoughts of someone else. Thoughts that are not conducive to your own well-being. You embrace them. You know, to embrace, to entertain thoughts that are adverse to you, your desires, whatever they may be, and to constantly focus on them. It's the equivalent of allowing someone in your space rent-free. They there, ain't paying no rent, ain't helping you out whatsoever, but they there. You got those thoughts. They're there. They ain't helping you out in no way. And they're there in your space, the space of your mind. It's amazing. I'll have to do a video on boldness. You got to learn to be bold. You got to learn to be bold. You have to be bold in order to say, fuck you, to a sapsucker that's saying something that's not in your best interest. You only have 6 months left. Man, fuck you! You can say that about yourself or somebody else, but me, man, fuck you. You don't have a right to say that to me. You got a right to say it, but not to me, because I'll check your monkey behind, man. I live a sovereign lifestyle, man. I'm self-ruled, self-regulated. I am in control of me. You can't do this. Man, fuck you. I can do whatever the hell I want to do. I can do whatever I believe in. I can do whatever it is that I trust in my own innate abilities to accomplish, to manifest. Who are you? If you're weak, oh, well, you're the president, or you're an attorney, or you're a doctor, or you're a rabbi, or you're a... Man, fuck you. These are all terms of the world. Fuck you. Kiss my ass too. Fuck you. Period. And that's exactly how I feel. That's Mars and Gemini. And that's also a Taurian trait. It's also a personal trait. It takes boldness to talk like that. You shouldn't use such language. Says who, sapsucker? Who? Says who? Those are bad words. Why are they bad, idiot? Why? Well, they're just bad. You don't use vulgar language. What makes the language vulgar? Vulgar only means the people. It goes back to vulgare. You ever heard of the Latin Vulgate Bible? That was the Bible for the masses. Vulgar language is the language of the masses, and the masses are just real people. But then all your good, sweet sounding language is refined. That came from your aristocracy, the rich class, the church. And rich people are always coming up with things to create these barriers to separate themselves from the have-nots or the less fortunate, if you will. So the rich took wheat bread, processed it, got rid of the color, all the wheat germ, and made white bread. And said, well, the rich, we eat white bread. And the masses eat wheat bread, brown colored bread. And the wheat bread is better than the damn white bread. But because you look up to them, well, they're rich. They're the aristocracy. They know better. I want to be just like them. I don't want this wheat bread with all this vitamins and minerals in it, nutrition in it. I want the white bread, like the Weber's bread, the Wonder bread, with absolutely no nutrition whatsoever because the minerals in it are fortified. They're refined from inorganic sources. I want that, you goddamn idiot. You got to be bold to talk like this on video. You got to be bold to talk like this when you know a lot of people from a lot of walks of life are watching your videos. You got to be bold to talk like this. Other people be like, well, I can't talk like that. I have to, be a certain way because I have doctors watching me. I have attorneys watching me. I have Christian people and Muslim people watching me. Man, F all that, man. You got to be bold to talk like this. I'm not trying to please a sapsucker, man. I'm not trying to do that. Well, you're in business or what? I don't give a flying you-know-what about some goddamn business. I'm taken care of. I already know that. I already know. So I'm free. I can talk. I don't have to worry about, oh, I'm going to lose business. Anybody else would have to be here worried about, I'm going to lose money. I'm going to lose money if I talk like that. I'm going to offend people. Man, I don't give a shit about offending people if I'm telling you some factual stuff, some truthful stuff. I don't care about offending you. Hell, why would I care about offending you? In most cases, you fucked up in some respect, so why the hell should I care? You're the one looking for help if it applies to you. So why should I care? He offended me, and I'm not going to patronize. I'm not, go. There are plenty of people out there who will gaffle your ass, and you deserve it. I don't like how he sounds. He's harsh. He sounds angry. Now, what the, I'm over here bawling and like, what the hell am I angry about? It feels good to be able to express yourself, to get things off of your chest and not give a damn about what other people think. That is freedom. And as a sovereign individual, I know who to talk to and how to talk to. I understand that science there. There's a time and a place for everything. So I would never lecture in a church and use such language. No. No. But on YouTube? Please. I'm not invited into your orifice. I'm not invited into your facility. So I'm good. Cool. Because as a sovereign individual, I respect people and their institutions. I went to the federal courthouse some years ago with a guy, Moorish brother, talking all that Moorish freedom. The Moors, we got freedom, we got this and that. Okay, yeah, just keep it, whatever. It sounds good. I understand. It sounds good. And we got to the federal courthouse, 3112 North Spring Street in downtown Los Angeles. And the marshal was like, you guys have to take off your shoes. And the dude was like, damn, man, I gotta take off my shoes. If you want to get into this courthouse, you gotta take off your shoes. So my man looked at me, my shoes already off. And he looking at me like, and I'm there with him. I went there for more support, and he didn't know. A lot of these people talk that sovereign talk, and they just don't know the statutory process. So when a judge get through ignoring all that sovereign talk, you got to deal with some statutory law. And unfortunately, these guys don't know it because they don't study it. They just study what they believe in, the sovereign doctrine, and then they don't want to study case law. They don't want to study the statutes, what have you. Whereas I made up my mind, I'm going to study the sovereign stuff, the statutory law, the case law. I'm going to study it all. You know, I'm applying Bruce Lee's philosophy. Okay, this is judicial Jeet Kune Do. I'm gonna study it all. So if you shoot down a sovereign argument, I'm gonna go to a constitutional argument. If you shoot that down, I'm gonna go to a statutory argument. If you shoot that down, I'm gonna go to a case. We just gonna battle, man. I got Mars and Gemini. I'm not going out easy like that. So I'm ready to go into the courthouse. He looking at me. I'm like, yo, G, this is your case. These people got something that you want or need. I think it was a child support case or something like that. And he was the plaintiff. But I'm like, dude, you have to give up your concept of personam jurisdiction in order to utilize what this court is offering. He didn't want to take off his shoes. You know, man, Djehuty, why you take off your shoes and get in the courthouse? Because, sapsucker, I don't own the United States District Courthouse. I don't own it. That's their rules, man. Just like when you come to my place, you gotta take off your shoes. You gotta do certain things. You can't smoke in here. You can't eat meat in here. You can't bring prescription drugs in here. Those are my rules. And if you want what I got, you gotta obey my rules. That's the same thing with the government. That's the same thing at the airport. That's their rules. You don't own it. So if you want to fly on the airplane, these people are saying you got to do certain things. You got to take your shoes off. You got to take your belt off. Because, see, these people are the block to a thing that you want. See, you don't want to, drive or travel in an automobile across the country. You want to get on the airplane because that's the easy way. That's what you want. Somebody got something that you want. Okay, JetBlue got something you want. Southwest Airlines got something you want. United Airlines got something you want. So you got to obey the rules, man. Man, I don't sound like no sovereign talk to you. Well, you know what? You probably want to hear me say, man, F that. Let's shut it down. Let's shut the airports down. Man, get the hell out of here with that talk, man. Please, get out of here with that. Don't you know the American people are so beat down today, brother? It's pathetic, man. I mean, people have tried to shut down the airports because of TSA and all these so-called unconstitutional searches and stuff like that. What were the results? I mean, people try to not buy gas on a particular day. Don't these people know you're dependent, man? You're dependent. I mean, hell, you need gas in your car to go to work. You can't even do a gas strike because you're dependent on a job. You travel in your car to that job. And in traveling, it requires gas. Man, these people who run this matrix, man, they know their shit. They could be defeated, but they know their shit. They done a great job on the people. They in here. Them suckers, man, have they've taken the man, excuse the language, they have taken the man out of the house, working a job. Well, nowadays he don't even got to work a day, he just gone. The woman is out of the house. Them sapsuckers said we can tax the man who worked, tax the woman who worked, okay, more money through taxes because we got these slaves working. Then the children got to go somewhere because the children supposed to be with the woman, but they didn't tuck the woman out the house. They also gave her a philosophy under feminism that made her want to compete with men and hell be a damn man and all type of things. So it's all in this equation. But they've taken her away from the baby. They've taken her from the child. So the child left there. So the child got to go somewhere. The child got to learn. The mother's supposed to be the teacher. But hell, she can't teach because she's on a corporate job, to make more money for Uncle Sam through taxes. And then she gonna have something left that she gonna give to the matrix, because she gonna buy some cosmetic, some perfume. Women, I mean, people, period, are just frivolous spenders. But women got me and B. Women will spend some money on some frivolous shit, let me tell you. So the matrix, like the government is like, okay, we're gonna get 40% of this hoe's money. And that's what you are, men and women. Don't think I'm calling women hoes here, okay? But this is how government is thinking. We're gonna get 40% of this hoe's money. And then we're going to get the other 60% from the hoe's money voluntarily. Well, actually, she's volunteering in all respects, whether it's taxes or just shopping. But this is how the rulers look at it. We're going to tax the hoe 40%, then the hoe going to voluntarily give us the other 60%. Because consumerism, got to consume, got to have something. Now some things is understandable. Like, in this society, gas and electricity and food and things like that. You can't argue with nobody. We ain't talking about that, though. We're talking about stuff you can do without. Because a lot of people got needs today, man. They just can't live without it. And you got certain women, man, they can't go without cosmetics, man. They can't go without the makeup and stuff, man. They gotta have it, man. You know, they gotta have their hair done up, man. I look at it, man, $250 to $400 on a hairdo. I mean, and I can understand that because I was there. But I mean, when you become conscious, you just constantly work on becoming more conscious, man. And you sit back and look. I mean, that's a lot of money when you think about it. I don't care how much money you have in the bank. I mean, $250, $400, $500, $700 on a hairdo that ain't gonna even last 30 days. And is it really that serious? To put your hair in a style. I feel beautiful. Cause a hairstyle, like God, you was an empty mother. You empty. You're empty, man. I feel good. I got my hair done, and what type of shit is that, man? I mean, man, I ain't got my hair cut, man, and it's been about a month. I don't even know. It's been a minute. Man, you think I care about how I look before a YouTube audience? No, I'm not throw it away. I'm not to the curb. You know what I'm saying? But okay, I ain't had a haircut. You know what I'm saying? And does that take away my service to humanity? Does it take away my skill, my knowledge? Does it take away? No. I can do without. I'm not gonna neglect myself. But it ain't where I can't make a YouTube video because I haven't gone to the barbershop, Or I can't make a YouTube video because, I mean, get out of here, man, please. Ain't that serious? I go when I feel like going. Most of the time I feel like typing. I feel like making videos. I feel like answering inquiries. And so I do what I feel like doing. And then when I feel like it's time for me to go to the barbershop and get my hair cut, I do it. It's no big deal. And it's not how it used to be. I was at the barbershop every 2 weeks. $10, $12, $15, whatever it was. Now it's $25 to get my hair cut, I said I would never pay that, but things have changed. So I don't trip on it. I purchase what I need to purchase, It ain't like I'm going every 2 weeks. It's not like I'm going every 2 weeks. So, it is what it is. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. But this matrix is really something. Got rid of the man, got rid of the woman, the baby left there. Where the baby gonna go? See, now the baby got to go to school, get programmed. I mean, these people who run this matrix, man, let me just tell you something, people. They've done their job. They've done their job better than you and me. Let me just put it like that. They have done their job better than you and me. Period. Period. I mean, man, it's like we have allowed other people to dictate our lives, what we're going to be doing in the next 10, 20 years, man. You about to watch all these little slaves get caught up in this whole 2012 election. The goddamn president's been chosen in advance. Not by you. You saw that with Bush and Gore back in 2000. You didn't know who the Electoral College was? College comes from a Latin word that means society. There's a society of people that elects the president on the surface. So they had this whole tie thing here, and they ended up going to the United States Supreme Court to determine who would be the president. I thought the people chose. The people chose Gore on the surface because that was called the popular vote. And people still don't get it. Popular vote. Voting based upon popularity. Gore was more popular than George W. Bush. Popular with the masses, the slaves, the donkeys, the asses. But see, Gore, it didn't matter that Gore was more popular than Bush. Because, see, Bush had more clout with the college, the society, the secret society. And he took over. I mean, when you can read the writing on the wall, you knew this in advance. I was telling people this back in 1996. I was saying your next president going to be George Bush. They thought I was talking about George Bush Sr. I said no. Because I was reading all of the Illuminati Masonic literature. So I knew. I learned to decode, and I learned to read the writing on the wall. Bush was going to bring in the so-called New World Order, which was supposed to officially jump off in the year 2000. Bush was supposed to bring it in. I knew it wasn't Papa Bush, because presidents don't become president, lose, and then run and become president again. That's some rare stuff in American politics or the history of the American presidency. It's rare. So I knew it was Junior. And sure enough, I remember my man Otis saying, Djehuty, man, you said that like 3, 4 some years ago. How'd you know? You read the writing on the wall, man. I mean, this stuff is all scripted, man. It's scripted. It's like the Truman Show. You ever see the movie with Jim Carrey, The Truman Show? Go watch the Truman Show, because that's how we're living in the Matrix. It's amazing, man. It's not that deep. The game ain't that deep either. It's really not. See, the spiritual cultivation is the whole key, man. You know. But they give you religion, man, and people, God damn, they soak up religion, man. They soak up religion. They soak it up. And they're still powerless, man. I believe in Jesus. Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Then how come you such a goddamn punk? Jesus is your Lord and Savior. I mean, man, I pick up this book here and I read about this biblical Jesus and the stuff this man was doing. How come you ain't doing it? I mean, Jesus shook up the world in his day. You say you a follower of that man and you ain't shaking up a goddamn thing, man. What's up with that? This man was healing, doing miracles. You ain't doing jack shit. It'd be a miracle if you just get a goddamn job. You can't even do that. I follow Jesus. I'm glad you don't follow me, because shit, a lot of people, they make Jesus look bad. I mean, man, this cat said, greater works than I do shall ye do. You read the scripture, this man walked on water. Not literally. But I know for the majority, yeah, he did. Okay, I'm not going to argue with you. But according to your script, this man walked on water. And you can't even walk on a goddamn puddle of water. But you follow Jesus, making the man to be out a liar. Greater work than I do shall ye do. Who is ye? The goddamn follower, the believer. You know, man, their book is full of scriptures that clearly states, with your mouths you do profess me, but your heart are removed. There's a lot of wisdom in that book, man. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of wisdom in that book. I know a lot of people. I know Christianity has been used, man, to really screw over some people. But it's a lot of wisdom in that book. A lot of wisdom, a lot of truth, man. It doesn't matter whether Jesus existed or not, depending on your position. It's a lot of stuff in that book that makes a lot of sense. You just got to know how to sift. I look at the Christians, man. It's like, wow, y'all some powerless people. I mean, if you ain't catching hell from your government, you got to be kissing your government's ass. You're not a threat to your government. Jesus was a threat to the government of his day. You're not a threat to the government of your day, but you follow Jesus. I'm glad that people follow Jesus and don't follow me, because I be cursing people out left and right. You got suckers smoking cigarettes, rolling dice, drinking alcohol, selling ass, all type of stuff. What's your religious persuasion? I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus. I believe in Christ. You just hit the goddamn pipe 10 minutes ago. You just drunk a fifth of Bacardi 30 minutes ago. Stupid stuff, man, you know. Stuff that Jesus would be adverse to. You do it in his name. I mean, man, it's crazy, man. But I'm just glad I'm not a religious cat, man. Same thing with the Muslims, same thing with the Jew. I'm not just picking on the Christians, man. I see things, man. I just go across the board. And I call it how I see it. And I tell it how I know it. It's a lot of victims, man, on this planet, man. It's a lot of victims in this capital of the matrix called the United States, man. And not just the United States. They in England, man. They in, other parts of Europe. Man, they all over, man. They in Africa. It's a lot of victims, man. Especially the people who live in so-called civilization, which means slavery. Most people don't know that, but yeah, when you civilize, you have been enslaved. You haven't been tamed. The opposite of civilization is wild, and wild means free. It's like when the Europeans came over and saw, the African natives. These people were wild. They're out there dancing naked. They're wild. They were free. We're civilized. We're gonna be civilized. Yeah, you're gonna be a trained goddamn SEAL. That's what the hell you gonna be. You gotta read books that's going to help open up the mind. See, I keep books by me, even here. I'm gonna mess up my little stash, and I'm gonna show you just right next to me. This was given to me by my good brother Bishop Edwin J. Derensburg. Deep brother. Now this brother is a Christian pastor, and he wrote this book, and he came over here and he gave it to me, and I was very privileged and honored. And this is like dealing with universal law of attraction, and it's written by a Christian. Okay. And that's why I say to those of you out there who are adverse to Christianity because of how the majority of the reverends and bishops and preachers are and how they're preaching, you can't just condemn all of them, because this brother here who wrote this, and I recommend this book here. This book is called Creating Your Own Reality. And it's a deep book. And so you Christians who can't get with the law of attraction and Esther and Jerry Hicks, get this book here. It was written by a Christian brother, Bishop Edwin G. Derensburg. And I highly recommend it. I keep this next to my computer. Now, I'm going to show you this other book because it's dealing with numerology, so it just happens to be there. Okay. Real quickly, I got next to me, Getting What You Go After. This is an old book here, very old book here, but knowledge galore. I got, oh, this book is awesome. This is, what is this one called? This is called, It Works. Yep, It Works. This little book here. And it has a story of acres of diamond in it. Then you got Money is God in Action, because this is also mental science. Then what else do I have here? I got Being and Becoming. This is a great book, Being and Becoming. I keep these books right here, right next to me. Boost Your Creativity. The Essence of Success by my man Earl Nightingale. See, people, I didn't go to school. I didn't go to business school. It just wasn't in me to do. But you know what? I have learned more from Earl Nightingale than I could have ever learned from any business school. Trust me. And I do with a lot of people who went to business school and who desire to become an entrepreneur. And it's Djehuty, where'd you get all this information from? From books. I purchased the book. See, this book was cheaper than college intuition. It was cheaper than college tuition. See, I normally say that they kill your intuition and make you pay tuition. So bear with me. Then I have this book here called Secrets of the Super Rich. This was from U.S. News. Good information in this book here, I didn't have to go to school for this stuff here. I just learned certain things and applied it, Simple. This is a heavy book right here. This is called Thought Vibration, or the Law of Attraction in the Thought World. This book was printed in 1906. 1906. Time is running out, so I got to hurry up. This book is called The Simple Abundance Companion. See, it's all dealing with mental science. This is the Abounding River personal log book. Okay, same thing. Then you're dealing with Concentration and the Acquirement of Personal Magnetism, written in 1910. So you got to learn about personal magnetism. You got to learn how to be a magnet and attract to you the things that you desire. Okay, and we all got it in us because we all got a sign. We got Venus and some sign in our natal chart. You got Memory Culture, or the Science of Observing, Remembering, and Recalling. This book was written in 1903. You got to go to used books, so you got to look for this stuff here, people. You got Concentration and Meditation. You got Self-Healing and Thought Force. You got Practical Mental Influence. You got Thought Power, Its Control and Culture. You got Mind Power, The Secret of Mental Magic. Deep stuff, good stuff, man. Written damn near 100-something years ago. The Hidden Side of Things, written in 1913. Your Mind and How to Use It, a manual of practical psychology. Man, the time, okay, I got 10 seconds. Man, well, maybe in another video, I'll show you the rest of the books here. People, that's going to do it.